With its explosive popularity amongst teenagers and young adults, TikTok has become one of the most widely used social media apps in the world. For parents, it's very crucial to have a good understanding of the safety features available within the TikTok app to ensure a positive and secure experience for your child. We're now joined by the app's spokesperson to unpack some of the essential safety features parents need to know and how they can be used to safeguard their child's digital well-being. Now, Boniswa, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Now, provide an overview of the key safety features of TikTok that parents should be cognizant of.
Okay, I'll summarize because we do have a number of features. But to begin, I think I'll start off with the family pairing feature.
Okay.
So the family pairing feature basically allows the parent to link their account to their teen's account. And then what that allows the parent to do is it allows the parent to basically curate some of the safety features on the platform.
Okay.
So for example, the parent is able to decide whether they want to put their teen's account on restricted mode, which then influences the kind of content that the teen sees. The parent can also decide whether they want their teen's account to be private or public. So there are a number of, they can basically decide what the privacy settings look like on their teen's account.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, could you explain how the restricted mode feature works and how it sort of helps out, filter out inappropriate content on Twitter or on TikTok?
Okay. So firstly, with the restricted mode, the only feed you're going to see is the For You feed, so you won't see the following feed. And the purpose of the restricted mode is to make sure that content that has complex themes and mature themes are not available on that feed.
Sure.
So, for example, content that has profanity, sexually suggestive content, content that has like weapons in inappropriate kind of settings, you're not supposed to be seeing that content in the restricted mode. We do, however, still encourage the user to report content if they do see inappropriate content coming up in their feed in the restricted mode.
So what kind of measures does TikTok have in place, to deal with the issues of cyberbullying, for instance?
Okay, so in terms of cyberbullying, so I'll start off with the feature side. So, yes. For example, you can decide if you want your account to be private or public, right? Okay. So if you put your account on private, that means that you have control over who is watching your content, who is commenting, etc. So you decide, who sees your content. So if there's someone that's bothering you, you can basically not allow that person to see your content. Another really interesting feature that you can use is filtering comments. So you can decide if you want to have the ability to view comments that people want to post under your content, and then you decide if you want other people to see that content or not. You're also able to make use of filters. So you can filter specific keywords. So if you don't want a specific word to appear in a comment, you can filter that out. So those are the two, in terms of features, those are the two ways that you can make use of the privacy and settings to, kind of like help with the bullying issue and the harassment issue. But from a platform's perspective, annually we have campaigns. So for example, Mental Health Awareness Month is coming up. So annually we always have a campaign that anchors itself in making sure that users understand which tools they have to help them, deal with those types of issues as well.
Walk us through the process of reporting and blocking users of content that's deemed inappropriate.
Twofold. When you're seeing a video on the For You feed, you simply just have to long press on that video and you'll see a pop-up come up. You're able to report that content. What happens after that is on the back end, that will be reviewed and then the appropriate actions will be taken. And then the user will also be informed that, okay, we've seen your report, just to make sure that, there is that closing of the loop. So that's how you can report content. In terms of users, you can go to their profile, there's an arrow, you click on the arrow, and then it gives you the option to block that user as well. Okay, so when you say that you can link your child's account to your account, does it mean that you can see whatever your child sees? You can, you can't necessarily see what your child sees, but you have the ability to set specific settings that allow you to confirm that, okay, if I'm setting the restricted mode, it means that my teen is not supposed to be seeing this kind of content. You can, get your teen's phone and you can review your teen's content on their own profile. But what the family pairing tool allows you to do is it allows you firstly to have the conversation with your teen, about how to have safe digital practices, and then you're able to basically set those particular settings, which then, from a parent's point of view, gives you the assurance that in the restricted mode, your teen is not going to be seeing a specific kind of content. But then because you've had that conversation about, I'm going to be using the family pairing feature, I'm going to be linking my account to yours to enable me to basically curate your experience on the platform.
Sure.
After that, I think it's then possible to say, okay, let's see how your viewing experience is going, or even have a conversation about their experience on the platform.
Can you have multiple accounts on TikTok? I mean, I'm asking this because there are instances where your child can open up another account because
Yes.
they would feel that, okay, I don't want this account to be monitored by mom or dad, so I'll open a secret account that nobody at home knows of. Because these kids are smart, eh?
Of course. I mean, so at the signing up process, you're required to give your date of birth, right? You're required to give your date of birth. You have to sign up with an email address or a phone number. So if you do have another account, it means you're really going, you're really trying to be sneaky.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of...
And I don't think they'd go that far.
Yeah, well, so the whole purpose of this is to make sure that, number one, parents are informed about these tools. Number two, that parents are also taking accountability to have these conversations. I think that's the most important thing, because you'll find that a lot of people maybe don't know that they have these features available to them. So that's really the most important thing. It's the education, and then knowing what you have at your disposal to help you basically then troubleshoot these issues that might come up. So even understanding how that signing up process happens is important as a parent, yeah.
What are some of the filtering options available then?
So we've got video filtering options. So with that, you're able to select a specific keyword. And so if a video has that keyword in the caption or as a hashtag or even in the sticker, it means that you're not going to see that video. We also have comment filters. So you're able to select specific keywords, and then any comment that has that keyword won't allow a comment like that to come up, or you'll be given the opportunity to review the comment and then decide if you want it to appear or not. So those are the two ways. And then, of course, if your account is on private, it means that a user won't be able to duet your video. It also means that you're only seeing content, only people that are your friends or following you can see your content. So that's kind of also a way to filter the kind of content that you're going to be seeing.
Sure. And how does TikTok educate users about online safety and digital well-being?
Yes, so we've got campaigns. We launch campaigns annually through education content on the platform. So Learn on TikTok is one of our popular hashtags. We've also got a hashtag that's called #SaferTogether. That hashtag is dedicated to teaching people about these safety tools that we have on the platform. And then we have our safety center, which you can find through the app, and you can also find it in the settings and privacy section of the app as well.
Okay, and are there resources or educational material available to parents, to help them navigate these topics with their children?
Yes, so in our safety center, all of that material is there. We also partner with third-party stakeholders. So as an organization, we're not working in a silo. We're working with stakeholders in the industry that are experts on these issues and these topics, and that's what the Safety Center looks like, essentially. There are resources for parents exactly to be reading about how they can have conversations with their teens about safe digital practices.
All right, Bonnie, so lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts
Thank
and very valuable pieces of advice with us. We do appreciate it.